to this video that is going to be my full K-pop photo card collection. There's always the dilemma of like, I'm gonna get this card, it's gonna look better once I get this card, etc. But I'm gonna just document this as it is. I recently bought a lot more supplies and I think everything looks quite nice, so it's presentable for the camera. If you're new to my channel, I collect Astro and zb1 and a couple other miscellaneous things, so I'll put timestamps if you want to jump around, but we're going to start with my zb1 collection. I have it in one of the deluxe Prism Platinum binders, and I have them tabbed by era, so obviously this one's getting a little full. I'll probably have to get a new one by the time a new era rolls around. But starting with Youth in the Shade, as you can see, I collect Taeray and Gyumin. Gyumin is my bias, Taeray is my bias wrecker, I guess, but I really love them both. I love all the members. There's a couple sets where I've collected other members just to fill out pages and such, or I pulled this Ricky card and I really loved it, so I didn't want to trade it away, but it worked out because it kind of matches the set. And then my non-album / pobs whatever cards are in these pink sleeves. And I just recently started storing my large inclusions. I bought some larger pocket sleeves. My collection is not completely complete. There are some holes, so I'm missing Taeray's postcard for this. And then moving on to Melting Point era. The cards for this era are my favorite, so I recently bought a bunch more pobs and stuff. So this is one of the more incomplete sections that I was talking about, oh, I'm gonna get so many more cards, it's gonna look so much nicer once I get them, but it's okay. As you can see, I do have some pobs and stuff already, but with zb1, I have been standing them, I guess pre-debut. I watched Boys Planet. I am a sucker for survival shows, but I was kind of scarred by Produce X101, if you know, you know. So watching Boys Planet, I was like, I'm not gonna get attached to any of these guys. I only voted in the very finale. My one pick was Keita, if you're curious. But once they started actually promoting as a group and such, I fell in love with all the members and it was all, uphill from there. I'll say uphill. I am so obsessed. They're honestly the only really active group I follow, so I watch their content a lot. I'm, in Zerosville for sure. They recently announced their world tour, and honestly, I'm gonna try to go to as many stops as I can. I was really wanting to go to Korea this year, but honestly, this might be my only chance to see zb1 because their contract expires in January, so I want to make that a priority. I'm curious how many cities they'll go to in the US, if they'll come here at all. I'm assuming it'll be LA and New York at least. I'm in California, so an LA stop is really easy for me, but if they decide to do more on the West Coast, I think it'd be really fun to go to Seattle, Portland, etc., because those are some cities I've never been to. So yeah, we'll see. If you see me at any tour stops or jet setting around, that's why. I want to make the most of our time together, I guess. Which is why I'm also, expanding this collection, etc. And then for the most recent era, Blue, my progress is very sparse. I have one card for Taeray and some pobs. And then I mentioned, I kind of am starting to collect more bigger inclusions. So yes, that is my zb1 collection. Probably gonna get a new binder for the next era, but I'm really happy where this collection is at right now. Before we get into Astro, which will be the bulk of this video, I'm gonna show my misc binder. So I just have this little one. I think it's a 1-inch from Meow Cafe. Believe it or not, this is what my zb1 collection used to be in during Youth in the Shade era. But starting with, we have my Block B cards. So Block B is actually my old group with Astro. They're an old group and they don't have that many photo cards, so I have a wishlist up on my Instagram, but I'm not delusional. I don't think I'll ever be able to get these cards, but I do have an OT7 set for Blooming Period, which is one of their best albums in my opinion. And then my biases are Kyung and Pio, so I have a couple cards of theirs from other eras, and then for Bestars I have these cards, which is a subunit if you're unaware. And then I have some N-Flying Jaehyun cards. So I used to be a really avid photo card collector back in the day. I collected so many groups, and these are kind of some remnants of some older collections I had. And honestly, the only group I regret dropping their collection and selling their stuff is N-Flying. I love them so much. So if you see me trying to recollect Jaehyun's photo cards, that's why. But I kept a couple of my favorites. And then I recently saw Day 6 in concert last weekend, so I bought a Young K album and I pulled this. And I got this Seasons greeting set. I have this Jin BTS card my friend gifted to me. I used to collect Jin, and this is one of his cutest cards in my opinion, so I kept it. And then I bought a Dojae album one time and I pulled this Do-young. I used to be an avid NCT collector too. I collected 10 and Jeno mostly. And then I also collected Changbin from Stray Kids, so these are some remnants of that. Obviously, this was a long time ago. I started studying them in Miro era, so that's why I kept some of these just for memory's sake. I also used to avidly collect Ace, and I saw them in concert, so this is my wristband and some PCs I got from that concert. They physically, like, handed me these cards, so I feel like they need to stay in my collection. And then, of course, we have the iconic Byung-kwon with the pigtails and the crop top from Undercover. Yeah, I really wanted to keep this card. I had all his cards from Adventure in Wonderland. Like, it was a thorough thing, but yeah, that is my little, you know, like, remnants of old collections slash miscellaneous. Back here I have some like fan-made like anime cards from some of my favorite artists, so these are not K-pop related, but I think it's really cute when artists make like photocard-esque merch, because then I can store them like this and put them in top loaders. So cute. Okay, so moving on to Astro, I have 5 Astro binders to get through. So as I mentioned, Astro is one of my old groups. I collect OT6. This is sort of a recent endeavor that I went on, so it's not a complete collection, but I'll show what I have. This first binder is like the earlier part of the discography, and I really love these 6-pocket binders from Meow Cafe. It's just so perfect, honestly. So we have, as I mentioned, some really old eras. I love these cards though, they're so cute and young. And as you can see, I am missing Unu for a lot of these. Unu is definitely the most expensive member, and his cards are hard to get. My bias is Bin, so I did collect his cards like starting from 2018, so I'm lucky that I was able to get a bunch of them because now they are quite overpriced as well. So yes, I'm just slowly but surely working on this collection. I'm not in a rush. I pretty much have all the time in the world. If you don't know, Astro is pretty inactive for the most part due to various circumstances, so that was part of the reason that I took up this OT6 thing. I was just missing them and I wanted to have like something to work on, I guess. But actually, recently they announced that they're doing a concert. It's in June. Like, I want to go so bad, but I just can't with my work schedule. I would literally have to go to Korea for like a weekend and then come back. And I know some people are doing it and this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, but I just can't with my schedule and it's devastating. Like, hopefully they do like an online streaming type thing. It's like sort of a miracle that they're even doing a concert at all with Rocky. Like, when I tell you that morning that that news got announced, I was like half awake and I did not process like what was happening. But it's super exciting and I'm so happy for everyone who gets to go. The ticketing is starting like next week, so good luck to everyone out there attempting. I hope you have so much fun. Hopefully it's like a smash hit and they extend the tour and they come to the US. Like, that is my delusional dream right there. But Astro is very popular in Latin America and South America, so like I will go to Mexico. Like, I will go anywhere that's not like a 12-hour flight for me. And when I actually have PTO, yeah, the stars just didn't align for me, but that is okay. So that is the end of my part 1 album binder. And then my part 2 album binder, this one is in a purple one. This is the first like Meow Cafe binder I got, and I've shown on my channel before, but I did this collage. And we start with One and Only here. These cards are more rare, so I'm lucky that I even have what I have. Then we go to Blue Flame, which I'm only missing 1 Unu card. But yeah, Astro is also doing like a lot of individual projects and stuff like that. I feel like Jinjin's gonna go to the military soon, so yeah, everything's just like a little bit squishy with them, but I'm taking what I can get. Very excited for the concert. All Yours era is complete, and so is Gateway. So I have 2 complete eras, which is super exciting. In the early eras, they only had like a couple cards per album, but then they started getting into these multiple ones for multiple versions. I took a long hiatus from collecting K-pop, and I ended off like at Gateway-ish era for collecting Astro, and then when I came back, I was just like, what is all this pops and cards and multiple versions and Nemo versions and like, I was kind of like culture shocked, honestly, when I came back. I was not familiar with the games these companies are playing now. Like, Drive to the Starry Road. Oh my gosh, I think I'm still missing like 5 cards. This is... And they all look very similar. Like, I love these cards. Obviously, I collected them, but they look so similar, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. And now with zb1, like, zb1 doesn't have that many album cards and versions as, like, I've seen other groups have, but they do have a lot of pobs. For them, it's the pobs that are, like, kind of out of control. But I try to just get, like, the cute and affordable ones. As you saw, like, I don't have everything. I'm not a completionist collector for any of my groups. But I am kind of grateful that, like, Astro didn't have as many things like that earlier in their career. But going on, I have some solo stuff. So I have Uno's solo, Rocky's solo, one of his albums, the one where he did selfie photo cards, and then Sana's album. So yeah, that is all the, like, group album cards that I have. But then I also have this binder from Prism Platinum. This one has my Moonbin and Sana unit cards. They are a subunit if you're unaware. So I just have a couple postcards to start. I think these are from the, like, Diffusion DVD. If you see any cards in here that you want to know where they're from, just leave me a comment. But going into Refuge, I do have completed. This is their first unit album. This was the first collection I put in the double-sided Prism Platinum sleeves, and I'm kind of digging it, so that's why I decided to do it with my zb1 collection. I think it does look pretty clean. These ones are in the clear pages, but I think I eventually want to move them into the white pages. I really like the white page look. But now we have Incense. I'm missing a couple of the Digipack cards. Those are the hardest ones to get for me. I recently bought, like, all of Bin's sets, so those will be coming, which is exciting. And then I have a couple, I think these are the Diffusion DVD and some pops. And then in this binder I have some non-album cards and my Jinjin and Rocky unit cards. I have, like, them divided by member. I don't know, I kind of wanted to use the dividers even though it's, like, kind of like a small binder collection, so I don't know, you know, how much use they have really, but for Jinrock, I have completed all the cards. And then I have some unit non-album cards. This one I had 4 members of this set. I think it's like an Apple Music pop set. And then I have some MJ ones, Jinjin. And then I split it to Unu, I guess. And some Bin cards. I used to have a lot more non-album ones for him, but at one point I decided I just wanted to do album cards and I sold them all, and I kind of regret it because it'll be a lot to get some of them back. I have this one that is like a season's greetings card in this top loader on my desk. But other than that, this is what I have. And then for Rocky, I have some pops, and then also from his first solo album where he just did concept cards, I have all the concept cards that I collected. And then a couple more random things. And then for Sana, I also have a couple pops. And then these are from like a time capsule photo book type thing. So those are all my smaller cards, and then the last binder I have is kind of like a large inclusions one. I do not have any more binders, so I had this one lying around. It's for scrapbooking, and I got it when Bed Bath & Beyond was going out of business, so I got it for like $1, and honestly, it kind of saved me. I quite like it. Like, it's a really cheap, like, flimsy binder, but I like how it looks a little bit. So in here, I just have all the postcards. Their albums usually do come with postcards. I have some dupes of postcards that I just feel like I can't get rid of. I like them so much. So I just have them all stored in here. These ones are from All Light, super pretty. I didn't store all the members, just bins. Some larger postcards. These are from Blue Flame. Like random lyric books. These are pre-order benefits. This is what the pre-order benefits used to be. Just like a lenticular card and some cards. These are from Switch On, One and Only. This is my wristband from when I saw them. It was raining when we got out of the concert, so that's why it's all battered, but this is like core memory type stuff. I don't know what year this is. 2019 maybe? I saw OT6 in San Francisco. Yeah, like super grateful that I was able to do that. I've been standing Astro since 2018, I think. So I haven't been there from the beginning, but I do love them a lot. And then I have some subunit postcards. Like, these are just album inclusions, but I think they're so pretty. So I'm glad that I was finally able to, like, get proper sleeves and store them. These are from the Diffusion DVD. All the proceeds went to charity for these. They finally announced what charity it was. I believe it's one that helps children. And then these are from that photo book. And then I have some of Sana's solo ones. So yeah, that is my full photocard collection. I have a couple other like really large inclusions in this binder. Let me see if I can zoom out and show you a little bit. But this is my original bin binder. Back in the day, before they had all the fancy Prism Platinum and Meow Cafe stuff, it was in this 9-pocket binder, but I think this is from A Season's Greetings. These are a couple cards that I'm like waiting to get more until I put in my bigger binder. Then I have some of these, you know, message cards from All Yours. Some of these bookmarks, like low priority stuff to collect, I guess. Like once I finish the album cards, I'll probably go back and start getting random inclusions. This is from A Season's Greetings, I think. And then I have some larger inclusions for Block B. So they don't have many album photo cards, but they do have some larger inclusions. These are from Kyung's solo album, and then from her, P.O. and Kyung. So yeah, that is officially it for my collection. These are just, you know, some older things, and then like my trade and sale stuff is back here. So yes, that is my collection. Hope you enjoyed. If anything, this will just be a record of my progress, I guess, for myself. But I had a fun time sharing. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions about who I've stand in the past or my opinions on anything, I'd be happy to share. So yes, stay safe, happy, healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.